Welcome back to my channel. I'm That Fat Guy, and today is episode 3 of Fat Chat. I've got a very special guest and a very good friend of mine, Danii, Mr. Human Car Sounds himself. How are you doing today, Danii?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Ash?
Mate, couldn't be better, couldn't be better. I've got a celebrity with me. He's been on Australia's Got Talent, Mercedes Benz ads. It's outstanding, and he's got perfect product placement with the man shake right in front of him.
I know it's just water, but I had a protein shake before, and I still just use it, just force a habit. I like the bottle, so.
It is very, I like just the fact you just pop it off and you just start drinking instead of having to screw cap or anything like that, or potentially spill a glass of water like this. Yeah, I'm very much the same boat. But for all those people who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right, guys. As you know, my name is Daniel. I was a contestant on Australia's Got Talent maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. As Ash introduced me, I imitate car sounds. I went on there, and the next day the video went viral with like multiple million views. People seen it, and after Australia's Got Talent, I got asked to do live car shows, car commercials, and now I've got my own YouTube channel as well, and I'm still doing it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I think it was you that told me it's like beatboxing for cars, is it?
Yeah, so like people are like, what the hell does he actually do? That's what I tell people that are not car enthusiasts is like beatboxing, that I'm literally imitating cars. That's all I can say.
Well, we might get you to do a couple sounds of it later, but I wanted to say, like, you've got obviously the man shake there, so you're obviously on a weight loss journey yourself, are you?
Yes. Couple of years, I would say last year I was at my heaviest. I was 135 kilos, and now my goal is to actually hit 99 kilos. I really want to get into those 2 digits. So right now I'm sitting at 107 kilos, and my goal is to hit 99. So I wasn't on the man shake the whole time during this weight loss journey, but I think it was around 115 kilos that I heard about the man shake, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do some homework on it. Was happy with it, and I've been with it ever since.
That's awesome, man. Like that amount of weight loss is just amazing. Like to go from 100, was it 135, was it? Or 135? 135 to 107. That's fantastic, dude. You'll get to 99 in no time. And if you don't mind me asking, how did you hear about the man shake?
Well, you actually approached me saying that you had a YouTube channel that you're going to start. And I was like, oh, cool. So like, what's your plans? What are you trying to do? And you're like, oh, I'm going to start doing the man shake, which I never heard about. And started watching a few of your YouTube videos and noticed, I'm like, okay, this is actually something pretty cool. And like I said before, I started doing my homework on it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go as well, because I started seeing your results and how happy you were with it, and you being full after having it. So I get bored really easily, so I need to change it up a little bit, and it's helped me.
Good, man. Thank you for playing into that shameless plug of mine. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what was the moment you decided to make a change in your weight?
Obviously, because I have my own YouTube channel, I started, looking back on some of the videos that I uploaded, and I could see that I was pretty big, and obviously having a Supra, like you can see behind you, they're not really made for big people. And I could see that doing these YouTube videos, I could see that I was really big. I wasn't really happy with myself, but, not being happy with myself, I just ignored it and just kept eating, right, as a comfort thing. And last year when I went to go try on for suits for my wedding, they obviously started doing measurements on me, and they started going, okay, this is how much you are in the waist, this is how much you are in your thighs and stuff. And I was a 7XL, and that's when I actually stood back and said, holy crap, this is how big I actually am. Like, you you don't see it, you know, like you look at yourself and you don't really, like, I knew that I was heavy, but I didn't really feel like I was that big until I started looking at photos. And when they done the measurements, I was like, holy crap, I'm a 7XL. I've never been that heavy before in my life.
Wow. Yeah, I like to call it environmental blindness, you know, because you see yourself every single day. You're not really, it doesn't, it takes a moment like that where you see physical numbers or something to just
Yeah.
really say, damn, you're fat. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
And that's what it was. Like, I looked at that and I said, look, I've got about I think it was 4 or 5 months until my wedding day. And I spoke to the tailor and I said, look, man, I think I want to start losing weight because this is getting like ridiculous. I don't really want to look like, you know, a big guy on my wedding day. You know, it's a very important day to me. And I said, is there any way that I can lose some weight and come back to you guys and, you know, try the suits on again? He goes, look, you've got a couple of months until we have to try them on again. See what you can do. So that was a motivation for me to try and lose as much as I can before they have to, you know, officially book in the suits and get them made. So it was just really, it was my wedding that pushed me to lose the weight.
well, mate, having driven at your wedding, it was a beautiful day. You and your wife are absolutely beautiful, and it was just
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, how did you do it? So before the man shake, how did you lose all that weight?
So my wife, her godbrother came to see us, and I haven't seen him in like a couple of months. And he was a big guy himself, and I seen him, and he lost all this weight, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like, what are you doing? You know, how do you like? Tell me how to do it." And he said, "Look, man," he goes, "honestly, I've been using this app called My Fitness Pal," and I was just like, "Oh, okay, like whatever, you know." And he's like, "Dude, trust me," he goes, "it's got a thing where you can scan the barcodes that tells you how much you're supposed to eat, you know, how many steps you're supposed to do a day, you know, to make sure that you're not eating more than you're supposed to." And I said to him, "Look, I want to start losing weight." He goes, "Dude, you got to try this, you know." So I said, "All right, I'll give it a go." And then I think I seen him the weekend after, and he said to me, he goes, "Dude," he goes, "try not eating at work." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, try not eating anything until you get home." I said to him, "Are you crazy, man? There is no way. Like, there's no way. I'm going to be I'll be hungry by 8:30. There's no chance it's going to happen." He goes, "Trust me." He goes, "Do a little bit by a little bit." Like, I don't recommend this for everyone, but I gave it a go, which is, I found out later, was called intermediate fasting, which is you fast for, I think it's like 16 hours, and then you have an 8-hour window to eat, well, not as much as you want, to your certain calories per day. Because, you know, the way he said to me was, you know, I'd rather have a nice meal, you know, 2 times a day than have small portions a little bit every day. And I thought, you know what, that kind of makes sense. I'll give it a go, which I did, and I was happy with. And I still do it today. So I won't eat anything until about 1:30 p.m. because I start at 5 o'clock in the morning and I finish at 1:30 p.m. By the time I come home, it's 1:30 p.m. I'll have a man shake and some snacks, and then I'll probably have something else at about 3, 4 o'clock, and then I'll have dinner at about 5 o'clock, and then I'm in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So,
wow, that's crazy, man. Like, well, that's actually really good. And I've actually done intermittent fasting myself. And some of my viewers may know, like, when I lost weight a few years back, I did largely by intermittent fasting. And where you go, like, yeah, up until, like, for me, who's a normal 9 to 5 kind of guy, 2 o'clock would be my first feed, and then, you know, I'd have a decent dinner. And that's what I like. And this is why I've gravitated towards the man shake. And like, I mean,
yeah.
I've got to hear this because I'm proud of the product. It's freaking working. And it's very similar to that intermittent fasting in that it's not a large meal you're having. It's just a shake, which only has a small amount of calories, you know. So I think it's just fantastic, mate. And you're looking great.
Yeah.
So certainly.
Thank you. Thanks, mate.
But what do you think caused the original weight gain for yourself?
Well, look, obviously, food, it was always a comforting thing for me. I know that when I was really stressed out, the first thing I do was, you know, go into the kitchen, grab something. But the weak point for me was always Macca's. Macca's. I don't know what it is. I love my cheeseburgers. And knowing that you can get it at any time, it got to a point where I think I wasn't even hungry. I was just going for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to blame my wife, but I got into a relationship. You know, she loves me. She loves me no matter how I am, big, fat, skinny. I got comfortable. You know, food was a thing that we had in common. We always used to go to buffets to eat all the time. And you just don't monitor it, you know? You just keep eating, you know? And me being a wok background, you know, my mum likes to cook big foods. My mother-in-law likes to cook, you know, big meals as well. And it's a thing with our culture. You have to finish your plate. It's disrespectful, you know? So it's just, yeah, it's a comforting thing and a culture thing.
They don't call it relationship gut for nothing. It's honestly, yeah, I've had a few relationship guts, and it's well, I mean, I guess food and comfort go hand in hand, and I hear you, you know, and the spread that I saw at your place was just outstanding. Like, yeah, if
you completely understand how the food was.
If I lived in your household, I'd be starting at 260 kilos, not 160. So you're doing well if we had 135. But how was your mental state when you first started? So like after you went to the tailor and you saw the measurements there, how were you feeling mentally?
I was actually feeling good. I actually was. I have lost weight before, but something changed, and I think it was just purely that I seen someone else have the results. So I seen it in my my wife's godbrother, and I seen, you know, he had the support, he had the, you know, the technology, the apps to help him, and I actually had a good feeling about it. And I knew that I've lost weight before, but I was much more confident this time. And I think it's just something that triggers you and makes you hungry, and what makes you want to see results, that makes you keep going. You know, it's all in your head, I think.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's a great part of it is willpower and, you know, having a mental positive attitude. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Did you do much in the ways of exercise to help promote the weight loss?
The funny thing is, I have not done any like gym or anything like that. My job is very physical, and according to the MyFitnessPal app, I do roughly about 10,000 to 12,000 steps a day. That's just me going from the warehouse back into the office, paperwork, because I do work for an oil company, so it's just, you know, invoices and stuff like that. So I'm on my feet, you know, for most of the shift at work, which I think makes up for the exercise. But apart from that, when I get home, I'm just watching my food.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good, man. It's crazy to think that you can lose so much weight and not to exercise, because like so much around the weight loss world and culture is that you see these people slogging it out in the gyms, and that becomes somewhat of an expected thing. Like your weight loss has to be grueling, you know?
Yeah. Well, when I lost the weight like 4 years ago, I was going to the gym every single day, but I was still eating like I would before. And I had mates telling me like, dude, you need to cut carbs out, you need to cut this out, you need to cut that. And I didn't believe it. I'm like, man, if I go to the gym every single day, I'm still going to eat whatever I want. And I never believed that whole dieting sort of thing, you know, watching your food. But now the weight that I've lost and just doing it purely on the app, I believe it now. Like, I believe that watching what you eat does make a big difference.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. If only they, well, my parents told me that when I was younger. I think they tried, but I think I was just too determined to have bad food.
Nah, especially around your teenage years, man. You can eat whatever you want. I'm jealous. I'm jealous about that. Eat whatever you want and still run around.
It was Lloyd that said last week, once you kind of get out of that school and you go like into a job and you start earning some money, you have the ability to just get whatever you want. And if you have been brought up with like the poor choices in terms of food, it kind of gets exacerbated. Like it just becomes worse.
Yeah.
And I had some really fat guy confessionals, like terrible moments of junk food, you know, like things that I look back and go, oh my God. Like, do you have any of those moments?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, you tell me, if you want to get a chocolate at 2:00 in the morning, you can. I couldn't do that when I was a kid. I'd get the backhander in bed.
Exactly right. Like right now, like, I mean, if I were to listen to my gut, it's like, go get 20 nuggets. I could just get in this thing behind me, drive, and go get 20 sets of nuggets. And and I think that's for a lot of people in society nowadays, where food and bad food is so readily available. I think that's the cause for a lot of this expanding population that we have now. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And especially with how available everything is. And, you know, everyone's just like, I want stuff now. I want it done quickly. You know, they don't have time to make their own home foods and all this other stuff. So I 100% agree on that, Ash, 100%.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot for this one, right? Do you have one specific moment where you feel that you would just outdid yourself in terms of how much food you ate? Like, you were just like, whoa.
It'd have to be buffet, like, because we go to this place near mine. It's a Asian style buffet, and I literally just grabbed whatever with my eyes, not with my stomach, and like I wanted to puke. Like, I was like, this is not happening. I just ate so much that I was like, I don't think I want to eat for another 2 days. Like, I was just beyond it. So I think it was like a bowl of rice. I just grabbed up one bowl of rice, one bowl of salad, one bowl of chips. It was just, I just looked at it and went, what am I doing?
Yeah. I like to think whenever I go to a buffet, I like to think, oh, I'm going to smash all these plates and just everything like that. But like, it's funny because like I'm only a 2-plater at a buffet. Like, I can't do any more than 2 plates and then I'm done. Like, I even though I've got a big tummy, it doesn't seem to hold a lot. But I think it's just the amount of copious, you know, crap that I eat and drank. Coke was my weakness. That really did it for me. That caused the weight gain. Were you big on soft drinks?
No, but I always needed it. So I wouldn't drink so I'd fill up this with Coke, right? But I wouldn't finish it. But I'd always have it with my food. So I would have, you know, a bite to eat, then drink, a bite to eat, then drink. But I never used to finish them. Yeah. I wasn't the type that would just sit there in the lounge and be like, oh, I'm craving a Coke. It was always when I ate. So I think soft drink was a contribution as well, because they say that having soft drink makes you eat more as well. So.
Cool. It's good to know that I'm not alone in terms of drinking the soft drink. But the difference is I would have finished it.
Yeah.
And then another one and finish it. But look, if you can say something to people that are kind of teetering on the edge of starting their weight loss journey, what would it be?
I would say watch motivational videos, because that was a massive thing for me. Like, even before I started actually doing the weight loss, I think I was watching like motivational videos for at least probably about a month of just like transformation videos. Even look, I'm gonna say right now, people can judge me. I've watched the Rocky motivational and Arnold Schwarzenegger videos probably like 100 times. All I can say is motivation. Watch whatever motivates you. Watch motivational videos. Do your homework, and if you've got enough people that support you, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Honestly, do your homework. Find out what motivates you, and I'm telling you, it's all up in here. You know, 1,000 people can tell you you need to lose weight or you need to do this and you need to do that, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's when you're ready to do it, because once you're ready to do it, you will be committed.
That's awesome advice, because there's so many videos out there that are designed to motivate you. You know, if I can think of a few, Greg Plitt, those Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, there's just so many that you can just watch, and it kind of gets you in the mood for it. And like, don't get disillusioned by that you have to be in the gym doing all sorts of workouts. You don't. You just need to
no. Like, there used to be times when I couldn't be bothered, I couldn't even be bothered going to work, and I would actually sit there, put my Bluetooth on, and play motivational speeches and that, just to pump me up. You know what I mean? Any excuse to get you going. Like, if you feel like, I can't be bothered training today, do something that will pump you up. Put some music on that will, pump you up, or put a motivational video on that, that will change that mindset. Everybody needs that motivational thing to keep going.
So, okay, so you're saying that fat guy motivational episode. Okay, I'm going to do that.
Do it, Ash. Do it.
But yeah, that's a fantastic answer. Like, just to go back quickly to your weight loss, did anyone actually approach you to say, look, man, hey, you're getting a bit round. What's going on?
Well, obviously, being in social media, being on YouTube, people have watched me from Australia's Got Talent, and they've probably been subscribers to me from, the beginning, or they've come midway. So I've had a lot of negative comments. I've had a lot of people say, oh, look at this guy, like, Far, you've put on a lot of weight, or looks like you've eaten a lot of KFC, this, what happened to you, sort of thing. I ignore it. It's just how it is now in today's age. Everybody wants to be a keyboard warrior, but it does affect you, you know what I mean? Or negative comments. But that's the thing with social media. People might have seen you back in the day, haven't seen you in a while, come back and watch a video of yourself, and they're like, oh, going away for keyboards.
Man, that's I can't imagine how that would be like, and your fortitude is really, it's inspiring for me, because I started this channel with the sole purpose to say I'm fat. It's even in the name, it's that fat guy. So I'm taking that kind of insult away from people before they even get near the keyboard. And to be somewhat like, in the public exposure like that you have, like commercials, car shows and all that, and to receive feedback like that, man, your fortitude must be amazing, because I would have been in a tailspin. I would have been so depressed, and like
it does hit you, even if it wasn't the weight loss things, someone's got something to say on everything, everyone's. You just gotta take it in. It's part of what we are in society these days. You just gotta ignore it and do what you want to do. What makes you happy.
That's amazing advice for everyone out there as well. Screw what everyone else thinks. If you want to go to the gym but you're too embarrassed, just go, because no one else cares. Just be yourself and do what makes you happy, and that's the most important thing.
And to be honest, nobody really cares. Like, when I used to go to the gym and I seen someone that was, a bit big, I would actually sit there and go, you know what, good on you. Good on you for doing something about it. Good on you for giving it a go, So,
and if anyone says anything to that person, like, they're just the worst kind of people, and they're people you don't want to even start your day with. So, when I first started the gym, I was so nervous and scared. But then once I went, I was fine. I just was like, you know what? Screw everyone else. But I want to get a sneak peek, a Fat Guy exclusive of this talent of yours, because we've alluded to it at the start, and I'm sure people are just like, when is he going to do the car noises?
Of course, yeah. Well, what do you want to hear, Ash?
Well, mate, look, I think it's very apt. I've got a Toyota Supra behind me. Let's give us a bit of a single turbo Supra, a bit of two-step action.
All right.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. I think your mic cut out for a little bit of that one, man.
Yeah, it was probably too much boost that the microphone could handle.
But yeah, like I mean, and I'll put a link down to the bloke because his YouTube channel's awesome. He's got all sorts of stuff. And he goes out to skid pan days and everything like that. Yeah, just check it out.
Love it.
It's amazing. And like, how would you say since the Australia's Got Talent, how has it changed your life? Like from where you're going originally to now, how do you feel that being a human cast downs has changed your life?
Look, I still think I'm a genuine down-to-earth guy. Like, everyone comes up to me, you know, saying, oh, I can't believe I've actually sitting next to you, talking to you. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm just another bloke. But it's changed my life completely because I get, you know, personal messages of people on Facebook and Instagram that are probably like 13 or 14 years old, you know, sending me videos of them trying to do car sounds. And like, they say like I'm an inspiration to them and I'm trying to do car sounds. I've even had parents, you know, even when I've gone to car meets, you know, parents have come up to me with their kids and gone, I don't know what you've done to my son, but he literally sits there at, you know, in the living room watching your Australia's Got Talent video or YouTube videos on repeat constantly, you know, trying to make these car sounds, you know. And I sit there and I'm like, look, I'm really sorry that I've done that. But, you know, to see what, you know, there's people out there trying to do car sounds, or, you know, when I go to live shows and I see people watching me and their kids are there with this biggest smile on my face, it's really worthwhile when I see that.
That must be very rewarding. And yeah, like I remember seeing, because I actually watched the original episode with Australia's Got Talent when it was aired live, or was it was pre-recorded, but when it was first aired on TV,
yeah,
I was just like, dude, this kid's awesome. And then it just, you know, so happened that many years later, I met you in real life, and, you know, we're hanging out and everything like that. And I'm happy to call you one of my friends. And it's just been fantastic having a chat to you tonight, man. If you were to say anything else to anyone out there watching this now, what would it be?
If you really want to do something, you can do it. It's all in your mind. And like I said before, don't hang around with time wasters. And if there's something that you want to do, do it. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say.
Well, thanks, man. Danii, it has been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. And thank you so much for being on Fat Chat.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. But guys, look, I really do appreciate your time. And if you're still at this point in my video, thank you so much. Throw us a like. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. We really want to, just get my message out there for everyone.
Click it.
Look, let's just put it this way, right? If I get over 1,000 subscribers within the next year, Danii and I will do a special video together where we drive cars or do stuff. Yeah, sound good?
Sounds good to me, dude.
All right,
I'm
man.
down for that.
Well, look, thanks, guys. You have yourself a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.